With a shared hosting package, your host allocates a certain amount of resource to your website. This illustration shows us what this setup looks like. The server is configured with the Windows operating system. The entire server has a resource capacity of 2 GB of RAM, 512 GB of storage, and 5 TB of monthly bandwidth allocation. With shared hosting, your website would share these system resources with hundreds or even thousands of other websites depending on the server capacity. Each folder in this diagram represents one website. The amount of resources allocated to your website depend on the type of hosting package you register for. Let's take a look at an example of 3 standard hosting packages offered through a commonly used hosting company, GoDaddy. On the GoDaddy.com website, we can see that there are 3 shared hosting packages available. For $6.99 per month, GoDaddy will allow us to host one website domain with 100 GB of storage, 100 email addresses, and they'll provide us with 1 free domain registration. Let's start with explaining what each of these mean. One website means that this hosting package will allow one domain name to point to our website folder. So for example, www.mywebsite.com will point to the location of our web folder that resides on this particular server. 100 GB of storage simply means the amount of disk space you get on the server for the purpose of storing your files. The larger the website, the more disk space you would need. 100 email addresses means you get 100 customized email aliases that point to your domain. So for example, me@mydomain.com. Bandwidth refers to the amount of file transfer that this hosting package allows. Remember, anytime somebody visits your website, they're essentially downloading all the content and images from the server. So for example, if your homepage is 1 megabyte, and 200 people visit only your homepage in 1 month, this would translate into a usage of 200 megabytes of bandwidth per month. You'll notice it says unlimited bandwidth for all of these packages here. Please note that this can be a bit misleading. Almost all hosting providers engage in a practice referred to as cloaking for shared hosting accounts. This is done so that your resources do not exceed a certain threshold. This threshold is set based on how much resource the other websites on your server require at any given time. So technically, there is no unlimited resource allocation. As we move towards the right, we can see that the plans get progressively more expensive, but also offer better incentives. One other point worth mentioning is that these are Linux plans. So these servers are hosted on the Linux operating system. There's also an option to see Windows plans. You might be wondering what the difference is. Well, in this course, we're going to explore PHP and MySQL, which are internet-based programming languages and database tools. These are very powerful, secure scripting languages that also offer a wide range of support online. They are also best suited for Linux operating systems. So if you were going to use these programming languages and these database tools, PHP and MySQL, Linux would be the best operating system for you to host your website on. Other programming languages such as ASP or ASP.NET and SQL databases are better suited for Windows-based servers. We'll be focusing and working on Linux-based servers for this course.